Good morning from the end of the world, overlooking beautiful Sedona and the Verde Valley. Decided to go camping because the bone dry forest in Arizona finally opened up so we could have a campfire and actually have access. And we've been waiting all summer for this, and now we leave for Seoul in a few days, so I had to take advantage of this. So I thought I'd do my video blog from the edge of this cliff overlooking one of my favorite places, to kind of talk about technology and how I do this to get away from it, but I had to do my vlog, so I thought I'd do it here. I plan on incorporating technology in my classroom by, of course, still using the one-to-one computing that our middle school and high school has. This year, I should have an Apple TV in my room that Tech finally is going to install, because they gave me a fancy iPad that I couldn't use because I had no easy way to connect to my projector. I think the next step that they'll probably be doing is putting smart boards in our rooms. I don't know how I feel about that because the smart boards I used are very cantankerous and kind of annoying, but we'll see how that goes. I'll continue to use Schoology for storing my resources, my tests and quizzes, and just having everything in one place so my students don't get confused as to where something is or where they have to find a posting or a form or whatever. It's all on Schoology. And it's from day one, technology is not about what you have but how you use it. I'm thinking back to that quote by the principal in the 1800s that said kids use too much paper, they don't know how to use a slate properly. And definitely the one-to-one computers that we have can be abused. You're only supposed to use these computers for school things, but of course our students use them for all sorts of things. There are not, for whatever reason, there are not good filters put on these computers so students can find anything on the internet. Their history is supposed to be untampered with, so we can go back and look. And also, we have I guess a spy bot that we can, not me, but the assistant principal and the principal and a few others can pull up their screen at any point, look through their history, and so we always tell them, like, Jesus is watching, and so is Mr. Parsons, our assistant principal. So don't do anything or look at anything or search for anything that you wouldn't want us to see. And of course the boys, of course, use their computers to watch the March Madness and things like that. And we do have some ways to get around cheating where students can flip between screens, but that is not a 100% fail-safe. The lengths that some of our students have gone to cheat using technology or circumventing technology is kind of ridiculous. As to levels of engagement that I hope to get to, I definitely want to get to that redefinition, going through the SAMR model. Freshmen have to take a computer applications class, which I think would be useful if they took in middle school, or at least part of it they took in middle school, because it gives them a whole toolbox to use for creating really beautiful final projects, final products that they're proud of and that can be hung on a wall and just look really nice, and helps them think through, how do I want to present this, other than just, making a PowerPoint slide or using Google Slides. And I model that usage with my Google Slides as well, showing students how to incorporate videos well, using the right proportion of text to photos and all that stuff. As for a biblical point of view, we haven't talked about this too much in the book. It's definitely talked about where, we have the 3 stories where we are changed by the tools, we use them as tools, and we use them to create. And I want to remind my students of our history, having respect for the printed word, and the value of a book. Because if your iPad runs out of battery, all of a sudden your library is gone. But also showing concern for people. I think we can all agree that we've, as a nation, have lost the ability to disagree, and Facebook is a major player in this this just hate that is kind of being riled up, where someone has an opinion and someone says you're stupid, and how can you believe that, you're a Nazi, you're a fascist, you're a bigot, whatever. And technology allows you to have this smokescreen where you're not seen. And we have I do the Forensics Club, which is speech and debate, and in my English class we have debates, and I want to teach my students how to use technology to respectfully disagree with people, and not jump on them as racist, bigot, Nazi fascists because they disagree with you. And yes, we are. I am teaching in a different country, but I see that kind of unfortunate culture shift coming over to Asia as well, where people have a hard time disagreeing. So I want to show them how to use technology from that biblical standpoint to disagree and use them properly and to respect people. And that's my vlog.